This is Inner Motion, a channel for those who train in silence, who evolve quietly while the world keeps scrolling. For those who let go, not to give up, but to grow. For those who feel more at peace in solitude than in noise. For those who understand that strength isn't always loud. If you're done forcing, if you're ready to move with purpose instead of panic, if you're tired of trying to prove something to people who never saw you clearly, then you're in the right place. Subscribe, because this isn't just motivation. This is transformation. This is the start of a deeper kind of power. There comes a moment in every journey, a quiet, invisible threshold, where holding on starts hurting more than letting go. It sneaks up on you. You feel it in the pit of your stomach, in the weight behind your eyes, in the ache of pretending you're okay when you know you're not. At first, you fight it. You tighten your grip. You double down on effort. You believe. If you just try harder, say the right things, fix more pieces, you'll save it. The dream, the person, the control, the version of life you thought you needed. But the truth is, some things aren't meant to be carried forever. Some seasons are designed to end, not because you failed, but because you grew. You outgrew the illusion. You outgrew the cycle. You outgrew the part of yourself that thought this pain was required. Letting go isn't weakness. It's wisdom. It's the beginning of peace. The moment your soul exhales and whispers, I don't need to force this anymore. Not out of resignation, but out of revelation. This is the power of letting go. And if you're ready, let's talk about it. Let's feel it. Let's move through it together. You don't realize it at first. The weight, the tension in your jaw, the way your chest tightens when you think about them. The endless loop of what if and maybe if I had just ... The way you avoid silence, because silence makes you feel it more. That's how holding on feels. It disguises itself as love, as responsibility, as effort, but underneath it all, it's fear. Fear of being alone. Fear of not mattering. Fear that letting go means erasing everything you worked for. Fear of losing what made you feel safe. Fear of change. Fear that if you stop trying, you'll fall apart. But the irony is, you're already falling apart, trying to hold it together. The harder you grip, the more exhausted you become. You try to control every outcome, every emotion, every person, every look, every word, and slowly you lose control of yourself. Peace isn't found in control. It's found in surrender. It's found in the stillness that says, I no longer need to know how it ends, to know I'm safe. Letting go isn't giving up, it's giving over. It's saying, I've done all I can. Now I trust life. Now I trust God. Now I trust the process that's bigger than me. And that shift, that sacred moment of release, is where the transformation begins, not in noise, but in stillness. Not in panic, but in quiet strength. You don't chase what you already believe is yours. You only chase what you think can leave you. You only chase when you think you're not enough. That's why attachment is always rooted in insecurity. It's not about love, it's about fear. It says, if I don't cling to this, I'll lose it. And if I lose it, I'll lose myself. But here's what nobody tells you. What's meant for you doesn't need to be chased. It arrives, it stays, it aligns. What's meant for you meets you where you are, because you are finally where you're meant to be. The energy of neediness repels, but the energy of peace attracts. When you're gripping, your energy is frantic. When you're trusting, your energy is magnetic. When you're grounded, you radiate something unshakable. And this isn't just psychology. It's spiritual law. It's energetic truth. It's how the unseen forces of life move things into place. Think of the monkey trap story. A jar with a hole just wide enough for a monkey's hand. Inside, a single piece of fruit. The monkey grabs it, but it can't pull its fist out unless it lets go, and it won't. So it stays stuck, not because it's trapped, but because it refuses to release. You're not stuck because life has failed you. You're stuck because you won't let go. You're stuck because your identity is still tangled in the thing that wounded you. You're stuck because you thought the loss would break you, when really, it's the weight that's breaking you. The moment you let go, your hand slips free. Your soul breathes again. Your path opens. It was never the world holding you hostage. It was your grip on what you were never meant to carry this long. And now, it's time to lay it down. Not because it didn't matter, but because you matter more. Letting go doesn't mean pretending it didn't matter. It doesn't mean numbing out, distracting yourself, or burying it deeper. That's not healing. That's avoidance, dressed as strength. Real letting go begins when you allow yourself to feel it all. The disappointment, the resentment, the heartbreak, the confusion. Because what you won't feel, you can't release. The mind wants to move on quickly, but the soul moves at the speed of honesty. So sit with your grief. Hold space for your anger. Acknowledge your sorrow without shame. It's okay to say, I wanted this to work. I thought they'd stay. I hoped life would go differently. That's not weakness. That's courage. That's maturity. That's the beginning of peace. And as the waves of emotion come, don't run. Don't resist. Just breathe. Let it move through you like a storm that needs to pass. And when it does, you'll realize something powerful. What you thought would destroy you only emptied you to make space for something better. Letting go isn't sitting back and doing nothing. ... It doesn't mean apathy. It means align. Action, it means doing what you can and releasing what you can't. You still show up. You still care. You still give your best. But now, you're no longer driven by fear. You're driven by truth. You move from a place of peace, not panic. From purpose, not pressure. This is the difference between forcing and flowing. When you're forcing, you're trying to bend life to your will. When you're flowing, you're aligned with something bigger than yourself. You're not fighting the current, you're swimming with it. You're not chasing timelines, you're trusting divine timing. This doesn't mean life won't challenge you. It will. But now, the challenges refine you, not define you. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this revealing in me? You begin to see that letting go is not the end of your power. It's the beginning of real power. Because now, your power isn't tied to outcomes. It's anchored in who you are. You begin to walk differently. You speak with more clarity. You show up with more integrity. And most importantly, you rest in the truth that your worth was never in what you held on to. It was in who you became when you let go. You were never defined by what you lost. You were refined by it. This is the power of letting go. It clears the noise. It quiets the chaos. It carves space inside of you for something higher to move through you. Call it God. Call it grace. Call it alignment. Whatever you name it, you'll feel it. Not as hype, not as a rush, but as a quiet knowing that you're right where you need to be, that you are enough. That peace isn't something you find, it's something you return to. Because peace was never out there. It was always within you, buried beneath the weight you were never meant to carry. And now that you've laid it down, you're free to rise. This is inner motion, and we don't chase. We align. If this resonated, if you're ready to walk away from what's breaking you and toward what's becoming you, then type one word in the comments: release. Let that be your signal, your declaration, your beginning. Because this isn't just a video, this is a moment, and this moment could change everything. Subscribe. Join the ones who train in silence, who choose surrender over struggle, peace over panic, truth over fear. We're just getting started. Welcome to your next chapter.